And it's gonna be the carbon fiber bike that marketplace, and you're gonna make these bikes with 3D printers. Talks a little bit about the benefits, advantages of the 3D carbon printed bike. It's kind of cool concept. Your team will have $5 million to spend over the next 6 quarters, over the year and a half. This quarter, you have $1.5 million to spend. And then quarters 2 and 3, you'll have $500,000 to spend. And then in quarter 4, you're going to get a check for $2.5 million. Total of $5 million to spend over the course of the simulation. I mentioned to you that one of your grades is performance, and the simulation measures your success in 9 different categories. Financial performance, marketing effectiveness, manufacturing productivity, how well you're taking care of your people, financial risk, that type of thing. And this is important and will play a major role in determining your performance grade. But I'll also add my own point of view because I'm looking for learning. You guys may make some mistakes in your decision making, which is okay. It's all about learning. That's why we're here, education. Any questions so far? So we're just going to, again, work our way down this column. So what you'll do every quarter, you'll start at the top and just kind of work your way down. So we'll get the virtual business world. Product, bicycles, place. Product, price, place, promotion. So place. You'll choose between 4 marketplaces in which to sell your product. New York, Amsterdam, Bangalore, or Rio de Janeiro. And it kind of talks about the market across the globe. Your team will choose to target one of 3 market segments: recreation, mountain, or speed. The simulation shares with you what these consumers are looking for in each of these 3 market segments. And you'll target, the simulation wants you to target at least 2, but you have the opportunity to target 3 if you so desire. Again, working our way down the menu to overview of activities. The simulation shares with you the decisions that you're going to be making each quarter. I would take a little bit of time of kind of looking at this, familiarizing yourself with this, particularly since in a year, in quarter 4, you're going to get a check for $2.5 million to spend on the company. Makes sense to be thinking about that as you're making decisions in the previous quarters. Let's get started. This quarter, what are you guys going to do together? You're going to name your company, you're going to get organized, do the research, figure out what you want to do. Once you figure that out, you'll articulate that in terms of goals and directions. You're going to design a bike brand to put out there and test market. You'll open a store. You'll start your manufacturing process, and then you'll manage your cash. You guys see that little pencil there with company name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that little pencil tells me that there's a decision to be made. So when I click on that, you'll see that there's a lecture tab. These are very important. Make sure you read them. And then a workspace where I make that information. Now, I'm going to jump to the bottom, to that, down there at the bottom where it says final check. If I click on that, I have some fatal errors, which means I haven't made decisions this quarter that I must make. It won't let me submit without clearing these errors. You'll notice company name is one of them. So if I click on that link, it takes me right to the spot where I need to make that decision. So let's just make a company name for you. I've got one in there that I've done. You need to create a logo for your company and upload it, and then save. Then you are now Bikes R Us. If I go down to final check, you'll notice that company name is now gone from the list. So we'll go back up to company name. I'll delete that because I know that's not your name. Hit save, and you'll notice I get an error message, and it reminds me that I have to make this decision. Again, that kind of helps you, keeps you from making mistakes. So far, so good?
Yep.
Cool. There next to marketing research, you guys see that greater sign or that arrow?
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that there's stuff underneath there that I need to look at. So I'll open that. In the marketing research, we look into customer needs. With all these demonstrations for students, I just focus on the recreation bike customer, just kind of keep it the same. If I click that heading of that column, you'll see it sorts the customer needs from highest to lowest. So they want a bike that's easy to ride, comfortable, make them feel young at heart, and safe. It shows me a price point they're willing to pay and a market potential. On each one of those, there's a lecture that goes with it. These lectures are important, particularly these decision tips. I strongly, highly encourage you to read through those. They're not very long, but you'll find them very helpful to be successful in the simulation. Also, strategies. As you've gone through, your team needs to decide what is your first, second, third priority of the three marketplaces. Your team needs to write a mission statement, and then you'll want to highlight some of what your goals and objectives are as a company: market size, geography, competitive posture, distinctive competencies. Working our way down the chart there, we need to go to human resources. You guys need to highlight what your responsibilities are going to be, and you'll see that they are listed here in function, not unlike our organizational chart that we had a little activity for. Industry sales force, this is just introducing you to the fact that you will be hiring salespeople and paying them. Your salary, benefits, vacation, pension package that you will choose. And you're going to be competing for employees in the marketplace. And the marketplace is your class. The other 6 firms will be competing for salespeople. Marketing is probably one of the most important that you're going to do. And brand management is all about this. Remember, I put an article in your module about branding. So let's review customer needs. And again, we can sort highest to lowest need, easy to ride, comfortable, young at heart, safe in terms of recreation. Then we go design a bike. It's pretty cool. You click design. I've already named one, the Comfort Plus. We'll pick that comfort frame since that's what customers want. And then some features will pop up. And I'm going to just give this bike a comfortable seat, reflectors for safety, and a comfortable handlebar, and call it a day, and I've designed my first bike. You'll see every design cost me $30,000. It's now going to be reflected over in the right-hand column in my live pro forma cash flow. Speaking of cash flow, next week we'll learn the 3 most important statements for a business are the cash flow, P&L, income statement, balance sheet. If we jump down here to accounting briefly, you'll see those are the 3 that you'll work with: cash flow, income statement, balance sheet. So jumping back up to marketing and into our designing our brand. Remember I said lectures are important? Let's go read this one together. Decision tip. It's recommended that you design several brands for the test market. In order to effectively gauge your customer's reaction, you may find it helpful to design 2 different brands for each of the 2 segments. You may wish to design another one for the 3rd target market. So hopefully you're doing the math on that. So if we wanted to do another one for the recreation customer, we could just copy this one since we've gotten started. We give it a different name. I'm just going to call it the Comfort Plus Plus. But you will be required to give it some additional features. So I'll just add a couple of different features to this one. The tickles, you'll see the cost of manufacturing rises. And I'll click Save. And now I have a second brand in the recreation bike segment. Again, every one that I make cost me $30,000 to build the prototype. All of you guys are working on this information together. So any one of you can go and view and modify any brand at any time. Any one of you can go in and delete a brand anytime that you don't like that brand, you want to recreate it or rename it. Cool beans?
I have a quick question.
Yep.
So, if you go back, can you click on Design New? Well, it had component cost, like I guess it's the cost to make.
Yep.
And it was only saying, like right there, 140. If that's 140, is the bike $30,000 to sell or to? How does that work?
Design the brand to make the prototype costs $30,000.
Okay.
The bike costs $140,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Go down to sales channel, market potential. Again, product, price, place, promotion. We got to decide where to sell. So we saw that the number 1 place was Amsterdam, but let's pick 3 just for tickles. I'll get a warning from my external auditor that I'm being too aggressive. I'll show you the cost of opening the store, reflected in, again, the cash by pro forma. And then there's a quarterly lease cost to maintain the store every quarter. So the auditor didn't like it. I'll just scroll down to Amsterdam, hit save, everything's hunky-dory. Again, the cost has changed, and you'll see it's reflected in my ending cash flow. Put you back to 0. Again, I'm just working my way down the menu on the left-hand margin to manufacturing. I find that students struggle with this one. So spend time reading this lecture. Make sure you understand the difference between fixed capacity and operating capacity. When you go to fixed capacity, you're going to buy printers to make your bikes. Each printer can do 8 bikes a day, 520 a quarter. Make sure you read this lecture. It's highly important. Very, very important. Now, 2 things. Number 1, when you open a store and when you buy a printer, when you buy it in the current quarter, it's not available till the next quarter. It takes 1 quarter to open a store, and it takes 1 quarter to get a printer. Okay? Keep that in mind. Accounting we've covered. Finance, let's go down here. The simulation asks you to manage your cash, shows you the money timeline that's coming your way, and how to make money with money. So one of the things that will happen automatically is the sale of stock, and that's how you get the venture capital. And then the certificate of deposit is one place that you can put your money and you actually earn interest. Now, there's an interesting thing about CDs. If you put your money, like $300,000 that is suggested in a 3-month CD, which is fine, you don't get to use that money during the quarter. It's in the bank. You won't get that back out or have the ability to get it back out until quarter 2. Okay? So if you think you need some of that, don't put it all in there. You need cash is king in business, so make sure you have access to cash. So then you summarize your decisions, see the decisions that you've made. Then you do a final check, make sure you don't have any errors, and then you click submit. And you need to submit before 11 o'clock on Sunday. Anyone on your team can hit the submit button. Well, let's say someone hits the submit button before you all are finished and there's a mistake. You can unsubmit, fix the mistake, and then resubmit. As long as you do it before the end. Okay? Any questions about the simulation, about what we've gone over?
I was gonna ask. You said it costed $40 for it.
Pardon me?
You said it costed $40 for the marketplace.
$45, I believe, is what it is. The bill says $50, but I think it's only $45.
Is that anywhere like in the syllabus or anything like that? How to find that?
Sure. On the very first week, we went over that. If you go to the home page, there's a page dedicated to Marketplace Live. Okay. When I made the teams, I sent out an announcement about how to get to that information.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, go to the home page and you'll see a Marketplace Live dedicated page in one of the icons. Click on that and give you everything you need to know.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, man. Thanks for being here. Good luck, and be keeping an eye on you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.